Hi guys, this is Misty from the Book Rat, and I have a Beach Reads review for you today. It's The Summer I Turned Pretty by Jenny Han, which is the first in the summer series. It follows Isabel, aka Belly, who always vacations in the summer with her family and her mom's best friend and two sons. So every summer, the entire summer, is spent by all of them in a house in Cousins Beach. Belly has a crush, or is in love with, the oldest of the two sons, Conrad, and is best friends with Jeremiah, the younger son, who seems to have a crush on her. And this summer, the summer that Belly turns 16 and gains a little in confidence, everything's going to come to a head. So, this was sent to me by Ksenia at the Polish Outlander to warm the cockles of my cold heart. It's supposed to be a YA contemporary romance that would actually win me over, because I don't generally read YA contemporary romances, or contemporary romance at all. I am a cold-hearted bitch, and I know that. So anyway, I did go into it with a little bit of trepidation, even though people do seem to speak highly of it, and Ksenia spoke highly of it and said that she thought that I would actually really like it. I was a little leery, especially when I started reading it. The tone didn't get me right off the bat, for two reasons, I think. One, it read a little bit young in the very beginning, or just a little inconsistent, or just kind of patchy, I guess. But also, it switches back and forth between current and flashbacks of past summers on the beach, and it will just say, like, age 12 or something. And I don't pay attention to chapter headings, just ever. It really screwed me over when I read Shiver. So I wouldn't necessarily know that we were in a flashback, and I'd be like, what the hell is she talking about? What? This makes no sense. So it took me a while to get used to that, and I wasn't sure I was going to like that alternating timeline, or that it was necessary. I did end up liking it, but it just made me a little weary in the beginning. But once I got going, I have to say, Jenny Han nailed it. Like, when it comes to Belly, and when it comes to just her teenagerness and her desires and her feelings and the way she expresses herself, I think was just really, really authentic, just kind of pitch perfect. Just reading it, I would feel like, oh my god, I remember that, like I remember feeling like that, or the silly jealousies that you can't control, and wanting it all, and wanting attention, and wanting to feel wanted. She just really captured that, and I even think there's a little bit of cluelessness with Belly and with what's really going on in kind of the bigger picture, and it's this sort of self-absorption, just involved in your own drama. And rather than being annoying and making you want to shake her and say, like, why don't you see what's going on, it made perfect sense. It felt really, really accurate to who Belly is and who teens are and how they kind of view life. Yeah, it worked. It worked really, really nicely. So from that standpoint, I really have to give Jenny Han some credit. I think she understood her characters really well and portrayed them really honestly. I have to say, too, it is just really readable. I didn't intend to read it in one sitting, which is what happened. I picked it up right before I was getting ready to go to bed. It was like midnight, and I just thought, I'll read a couple pages, see, what I think, and I'll start it in earnest tomorrow. 2:30 in the morning, I was like finishing up, saying, oh my god, I've got to go to bed. And it's not necessarily that it's so gripping that you just can't put it down, but it's just, it draws you along. You read it very quickly, and the flow is so nice that you're kind of getting further than you realize you are. So you'll say, okay, I'm gonna stop after X many pages, and then 3 times that you're like, oh, I was supposed to stop. Well, I'll just read a few more. And you just keep doing that until, oh hey, the book is done. And I think that's always a good sign. I mean, when something draws you along and has a great flow like that, and you just enjoy yourself, even if it's not earth-shattering, it's still great, especially for something that's kind of fluffy. You know, sometimes fluff books, you can take them or leave them. If you set it down, you might not pick it up again for 3 weeks. So to have something that kind of encourages you to read it and to keep in the story. I didn't really have any cons or reasons that I wouldn't recommend it. I think you will know if it's going to be the type of book for you. Keeping in mind that I just said I don't read contemporary YA romances, but I did like this. So I don't mean if it's just out of your genre, but if you're not looking for something that is a little bit fluffy and a little bit cutesy and has a love square going on, God, I think there were probably even more people than that. It's probably like a love octagon by the time that everything's said and done. Then yeah, this maybe isn't the book for you. But if you want something that's really kind of authentic and rooted in just honest human emotion, that does have some deeper things going on that I don't want to spoil, then I mean, pick this up. It's perfect beach read. You can sit on the beach, read this, feel like you're a part of it, think back to your own teen drama, and just enjoy it. So I would say definitely pick it up. Worth the read. The Summer I Turned Pretty by Jenny Han.